y'all, welcome back to Leonard Creek Farm. Alright guys, today I'm going to talk about something that I think that we've all kind of noticed, but there's still so many people out here that just don't know, and it's going to be talking about disconnect from our food. There is truly people in this world, especially in the United States, that does not know where their food comes and does not understand not only where the food comes from, but how to take something that's raw and turn it into food. I know that people really kind of get upset when you tell them actually where their food comes from. And even more so when you tell them that the food that Americans push out in factories and feed to you is not really food. That it's just chemically pumped material. And by the time it reaches you, it's not food anymore. I'm going to give you a story. It's short. It's something I seen. It's either on Facebook or YouTube Shorts the other day. And it was a young woman. She was in her 30s. I think she said she was, I don't know, she was early 30s, somewhere in there. And she said, I'm going to do this short to see if I'm the only one. And here was her scenario. She had been going to the grocery store and she had been buying lemons. All the time, she had a lemon tree that had lemons that bared on it this whole time. Somebody comes over to her house. She's preparing this recipe that has lemons in it. And they said, don't you have a lemon tree? And she said, yeah, I have a lemon tree. And they said, well, why are you buying lemons? She said, well, I need them for this. And she said, no, you have a lemon tree. And she said, yeah. So she said, so you could go out there and pick your lemons and use them in the recipe. And she said, what do you mean? She said, go out there, grab your lemons that you need for the recipe and eat them. And she said, but I thought that there needed to be something done to them in order for me to eat them. And see, some people would think that was humorous. And in a way, it's maybe a tiny bit humorous. But more than that, it's concerning. Generations before us have failed to teach their children how to create food, how to grow food, how to prepare food, how to forage for food. And not only have they failed them, but they failed their grandchildren, because this is a woman who is in childbearing age. I don't know if she has children or not. And she doesn't know where her food comes from. So if she doesn't know where her food comes from, her children don't know where food comes from. And this is extremely concerning. So in the beginning of the video, I was talking about our disconnect with food and talking about these factory-made foods that we've been pushing out in America. So why is there a disconnect from food? Well, because there's factory-made food that we're pushing out in America, and people don't know that cows make beef, or that pigs make pork, or that chickens make chickens, or that chickens lay eggs and you can eat the eggs, or that fruit or that fruit comes from trees. They don't know that nuts come from trees and peanuts grow in the ground. Well, the plant grows in the ground. They don't know that you can grow a tomato from a seed and it grow up and you can take that tomato and you can eat the tomato. You can make tomato sauce. You can make spaghetti sauce. You can make tomato juice. These are all things that we can buy in a can in the store, and people have a disconnect. They don't know that butter comes from milk, or that milk creates cheese. Why have we got to this point? Why is it like this? And I think there was a big shift change back when COVID happened, that people started wondering where our food comes from and what they're putting in our food and why the food is the way it is. And here's the thing. People still have a disconnect from their food. That woman proved it. She doesn't know or didn't know that lemons can be taken off a tree and put into a recipe. They can be used. And that, it's sad. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's a sad reality that we live in every day. So it makes me even more determined to put out and show everyone how we make food on this farm. We're a farmstead. Some people may call it a homestead. We grow and produce food here on the farm. Right now we're in the garden. There's our raised beds. We've got onion growing in our raised beds right now. It's early spring, winter time. We've got strawberries and raspberries and blueberries, and we have about a half an acre of garden to produce food. But here's the thing, you don't need a half an acre of garden to grow your own food, but you can start small. You can start with a small garden. You can start with a few chickens. You can start with a few rabbits. These things are easy, and that's what this channel is about. It's about teaching you how to raise your own food. Like I said, this video, I don't know what it is. It's just probably me just ranting, but it's just so concerning. This world as a whole is so concerning, and the things, especially in the United States, the major disconnect that we have to everything. We just it comes down an assembly line and we just consume it. And it doesn't make sense. You got to start somewhere, and you've got to you can start somewhere, and you have to take the first steps. You have to take the steps to learn. But guys, I hope this video was, I don't know. I hope it was encouraging. I hope that it helped you. I don't know. It's just something I had to get off my chest. But I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all hanging out. And hopefully we can see y'all in the next one. We'll see you later. Bye.